All right, it's warming up here. Warming up. It's just me right now. We're going to see Walter here in a second. And Babyface, I think, is coming in a little late. So while we're waiting for confirmation from you guys that audio, everything's working good, hopefully it is, let us know. Of course, I want to remind all you guys to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list. While you're there on Hank Strange, you will find 2020 was hell in a handbasket. That's the new patch. Yes, that is out. Some of you already have them. If you already have them, throw up some pictures on social media, tag us, and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can get a nice, clear shot of that for the folks out there. But if you want to get this, you will find it on hankstrange.com. So that's the place to go. That's the place to go to find those. Okay, I'm guessing everyone is seeing us. First of all, on behalf of myself, Happy New Year to everyone out there. Let's see, Walter's coming in. Let's see, we got Walter. There we go, we got Walter. Happy New Year to all the folks out there. We're going to smash the open and get in. First show of 2021, yo. Here it goes.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange
Make sure you smash those thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell as Walter just did. Come on, Walter. 2021 is in here. We live, yo. What's up? One big thing, as you can see, I'm rocking a shirt. This is a little tight. It's a large. I prefer extra large, double extra large, actually. I think this is only like extra large or something like that. But, you guys get to see my sexy manness. I know. Hopefully it's just not too much for you. Hopefully you guys have your big girl panties on. Walter, it's just me and you doing jazz hands right now. There you go. There goes jazz hands. And I want to say to everyone, the shirt, if you see it right here in the banner, Tusk. That's right. Tusk is sponsoring the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Tusk allows you to do firearms crypto payments so you can buy and sell stuff in the firearms industry, and people can't shut us down. If you want to know more about that, there is a link in the description, but they're officially sponsoring the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. This is episode 695, and it's entitled, Yes, They Lied to All of Us, FreeForAll Monday with Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms. There you go.
Seen me before, then.
BFP, but Babyface P will be joining us soon here. And of course, you guys are all here. And if you're looking, like I said, if you're looking for links to Tusk, you want to find out more about Tusk, it's going to be in the description. We did have Rob from Tusk on the show here, and this is basically like Bitcoin for the firearms industry, so we can buy and sell things to each other, and we cannot be shut down. And in 2021, we're going to spend a lot of time explaining it to you guys, having him back on, telling you how to get signed up for this. Retailers can do it. Walter, you're going to get up on there. I'll probably start paying you a couple of shekels, Walter. What do you think about that?
I'm all for it, man. Give me the money. Show me the money.
So does that?
How I pay.
You'll take it, right?
I ain't proud. It's like when you go out with your friends and then they're like, "Oh, I'll get it. I'll pay for it," and you go, "Oh no, you can't pay for it." "Oh, I'll get it. Second time they say that, it's theirs, man.
Yeah. Oh, how many times do I say that? I don't even play that game. I'm like, oh yeah, Walter, thank you very much.
You're smart. You know better. You just go for the ride, baby. Go for the ride.
Yeah. Every now and then, when I'm feeling frisky, I'm like, you know what? Usually Lola's around. Usually. But anyway.
You do know how that stuff is like, oh, I got the bill. You know how that gets people in trouble. You've had that experience, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
paying on a credit card, mama sees it later on.
Yes,
it's like,
yes, oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. But so if we're writing you a check here of a couple of Tusk coins, does that make me the boss or what? No,
you can be whatever you want.
It depends. It depends on what hat we're wearing at what moment. But it's cool. It's cool to get Tusk. We're moving into just in time for 2021. Walter, you have a new computer. We're moving into the future.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah,
right here.
Us old guys.
Santa Claus. Mrs. Claus brought me a computer. So.
Oh, very nice gift. Shout out to Peggy. So listen, first of all, Happy New Year's to everyone out there. DCG44 says thanks to Tusk. Absolutely, thanks to them for believing in us, and hopefully this will be a great partnership. where we help get the word out for them, and at the same time, they're going to help us bring the podcast to all you guys. Shout out to all the folks out there. I'm going to give a special shout out to Flying Rich. I see him out there. Flying Rich had COVID-19.
Yeah, and he was in the hospital.
He was in the hospital, went to the emergency room, wound up in the hospital for a couple of days. But he is back to the land of the living. He made it just barely.
They probably microchipped him when he wasn't looking.
I'm pretty sure they chipped him. If they had any sense, he's the one dude. I wonder if he's still crazy, or if he lost some crazy in that experience. We'll find out when we get him on this year. We'll find out. Just did it make him more crazy or less crazy, right? But thankfully, he's here with us. I see the Tyven show as well. What's up to Tyven? Hope that he's doing well. I also see Special K out there. Shout out to Special K. Vanessa Kitty. Lots of folks out there. CB. Let me see. Jerry Parker. Chris Bolus. Armament and Axes. Appalachian Gunrunner. Clint Sanders. Jade Grew. All those folks. Michael Avens. Bricks. Shout out to Bricks out there. Judd M. Appalachian Gunrunner, I think I said. Len Holt. Who else am I missing? Randy Peacock. Pixamite. Pixamite. I think it's Pixamite. I don't think I'm messing this up. But, yeah, Pixpack. See that? Pixamite send me a Pixpack, which I got, and I want to share.
Pixpack.
I'm just going to share some of the cars with you. So he sent a 57 Chevy.
Ooh.
Look at that. That is nice. Very nice.
Pretty other motherfucker now.
Yeah, very nice. So that's cool. This is my car, Walter, that I want to get when Dirtfoot Racing blows up and you become a billionaire like Elon Musk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All you got to do is get me a Koenigsegg.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. No, not the toy. Not this toy one, a real one.
I think Babyface P is going to blow up before we do.
Probably. He has a viral video out right now. I'm sure he's.
Yeah, how the hell did that go on?
I don't know. When is he? Wait, he says he's going to be here in probably a couple of minutes.
You can explain it,
yeah, we'll get into that. But congratulations to him. He's I think he's genuinely viral because a video that he did sometime last year, it was doing pretty good. But it's in a month or something, it's done more than 1 million views.
Boom.
So I think, and we'll get into that. But anyway, 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko, which is named after the Koenigsegg's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's a beautiful car. And he also sent me a 2019 Audi R8 Spider. Look at that, Audi R8 Spider. Very nice. So I appreciate that. Shout out to him. Shooting Gallery, and he is out there as well. Shout out to all those folks. If I missed anyone, let me know, and you will get your 2021 shout out going. Night Train is out there as well. Boss Hog is out there. He says Happy New Year. James Lawson saying Happy New Year. Okay, there's someone complaining about you, Walter. Do you want to take that one?
Where was that at?
At the last comment on my thing, it looks like.
Wow, a million nice work face. Walter looks like the chud chewing goat. He's always eating something during these podcasts. You know what I was eating there? B-Temp or B-Tamp, or how do you say your name?
Yeah.
I had some fudge from Buc-ee's.
Okay.
Buc-ee's. If you got if you
fudge?
folks have never been to Buc-ee's,
No.
Yeah, fudge, sweet stuff. Oh gosh, it's good.
It's delicious.
That was like a maple flavored fudge. Yeah, delicious. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that's what I was eating. So
yeah.
You don't like it? That's too effing bad.
Well, that is a big complaint from people, but here's what you guys have to realize, like all of us, including myself, but Walter runs a business 9 to 5, and he barely gets home to do this show. So,
and, as a matter of fact, in the oven, just came out, is a stuffed chicken, a deboned stuffed chicken, stuffed with Cajun jambalaya from Buc-ee's.
Oh.
By the way. They got all kinds of food at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. We need to get Buc-ee's to sponsor us. How about that?
But that would be freaking awesome. They're supposed to be building 3 of them in Florida. I don't know where yet. But
I've never been.
That's the place with like 200 gas pumps.
Yeah, B-Trap says, you guys are great, but you are always eating.
You gotta eat, man. Come on.
We are, first of all, we're big dudes. These massive craniums must be fed.
I probably won't eat the chicken stuffed
Yeah.
jambalaya stuffed chicken until I'm done because I don't want to be like.
Yeah. But Walter literally does come in before he hangs out with his family or does anything. He's here hanging out with us on the show. So that is, I mean, that I appreciate it, Walter. But if anyone wants to know, that's the reason why. Tyven is sending us, oh, check this out. I've got some snow pics from Tyven on the road. I'll share that.
Oh,
Look
I
at
saw
that.
I think I saw that on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah,
or
look
something.
at that.
Yeah.
The road, it's
Yeah.
it's snowing. It's a white New Year's, I guess, out there. It's a white New Year's.
The weather's quite frightening.
Yeah. Michael Avon says Walter eating the hearts of anti-2A folks.
I don't know. I don't want poison. That's poison.
Yeah.
No, that's
It's just bitter. It's just bitter.
That's poison.
Yannick Stoner says, I'm reheating a stuffed chicken I cooked last night. Awesome.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yep. So, I mean, this is around the time that a lot of people eat. Actually, after the show, after which I try to eat quickly before the show, but after 9 o'clock, I don't eat. So when I go home, I don't eat really,
You
I drink
shouldn't
stuff.
be. Technically, you shouldn't be eating after maybe 6 or 7. Done.
Yeah.
Over. Finished.
Yeah. So it's a good idea to get a new one. Len Holt says, whenever Buc-ee's opens up a spot, a whole community develops around it.
Yeah.
So he knows.
Yeah. I mean, that's a freaking attraction. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
stop both ways going to New Orleans. It's on Interstate 10 in Foley, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look for that the next time I'm making that run.
Yeah. Oh, you can't miss Buc-ee's. No, you can't.
And you know what I'm actually thinking about doing? Because I was telling you this behind the scenes while we're waiting for Babyface here and doing shout outs and wishing everyone a happy new year. By the way, as you guys come in, smash the thumbs up, share this, all that kind of stuff. We have like 80 people at least watching us here in the beginning. All of you smash the thumbs ups. That would help greatly. That would help greatly. But I was telling you, Walter, I got to the studio here. We haven't been here for several days. And the heat was on full blast. It was, I don't know, maybe 120 degrees in here. And it was on full blast. Everything in here felt hot. We could barely get in. It was like going into an oven, and then we had to get into the control closet and shut everything off. It's crazy.
Now correct me if I'm wrong. One of the ways to get rid of bed bugs is to turn the heat up really hot.
Really?
I don't know if that's true or false. I don't know.
Okay, that doesn't make me feel any better about this place.
Not that I've ever had bed bugs in any place I've been, but
Right.
that's one.
Okay, but I'm just saying that just made me feel worse.
Well, yeah.
I really don't like this place, and I'm thinking, you know what? I was telling Lola, maybe I just need to get like a little van or something like that, or one of those little RVs, and make that my
little
studio.
antenna on top, it looks like a in the World War II movies. The Nazis are always looking for the clandestine radios with the radio
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so exactly that. We're going to get into that. Okay, so a couple of things, because I see people wanting us to get to some of the business, and we'll jump in here and get to that quickly. Tomorrow is the vote. Hold on a second. Let's see. Is Peggy there? Hey, Peggy. Oh, no, that's
Spencer.
That's
Yeah, this
Spencer.
is the chicken stuff with jambalaya. Yeah,
There you go.
I'm forced to eat it.
So tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's the vote. In Georgia.
in
Tomorrow.
Georgia?
Yeah, tomorrow's the 5th. Today's the 4th for anyone watching, listening. So tomorrow's the day to get out the vote in Georgia. If you haven't already done it, support the Republicans that are out there. Otherwise, I know I'll get into the whole thing with politics and how I feel about all that. But if Democrats get these seats, and Walter, you got a little schmutz there, but if Democrats get a hold of these 2 seats, they're going to pretty much control Congress, and we're going to get a lot worse stuff coming. If we get some Republicans in there, we stand a chance of blocking some things. And for the next 4 years at least, we're going to need to do a lot of blocking.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of
So
blocking.
it's gonna be a constant barrage.
Yeah. There's a lot of blocking that we need to do out there. So I just want to say that to everyone. I know I saw that Eric from Iraq Veteran has he did a dial-in interview to a local TV station out there. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. A lot of people out there fighting in Georgia. Lola and myself were out there a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. Is that a month at this point? I don't know. Time's going really Time's going really fast, but we were out there. We did some stuff. GOA, Jordan Stein is on the ground there. Lots of people doing things. If you're in Georgia, if you have friends or family in Georgia, make sure you get them out there and get them to vote tomorrow in Georgia. Very, very important. I want to make sure that that is said and known to the folks out there. All right. Did you have something you want to say about that to the people, Walt?
Oh yeah, definitely get out and vote. If you don't, you'll be sorry. And it goes further than gun stuff too, folks. Don't forget Obama and how he wanted to re-landscape the landscape, so to speak. So just remember that.
Yeah. I rejigger the landscape.
Yeah. Well, that people laugh about that stuff, but it's all part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
All part of the plan.
They want to change everything. I think they want to stack the Supreme Court and do all kinds of stuff. So Babyface is joining us. What's up, Patrick?
Do you think they'll actually do it, though?
They'll try. I think they'll try a lot of crap. That's what we're looking at here. A lot of crap will be tried, but it's what kind of resistance do we all put up?
Somebody, Jerry Parker said, check out or Google The Great Reset. Have you seen anything about that? Have you guys looked up The Great Reset?
I've heard of it, but I haven't.
It's amazing. Simultaneously across the globe, multiple world leaders within a week of each other were saying, listen, this is a great opportunity to have a great reset where society is restructured from the ground up. Everything can be rebuilt from the ground up. And they kept multiple groups, like 10 different politicians, world leaders, Canada, the Queen, all were talking about this great reset. So, that's not planned or anything.
Yeah, I believe there are folks out there with a lot of plans. Along this line, before we're going to talk about the main thing, because I know people are asking me about what do we mean they lied to us. We are going to get to that.
Wait, what did I miss? Did I miss something?
No, we didn't get to it yet, but it's in the title. Okay. Basically, the title says they lied to us, and that is referring. And if you guys if you're right now live and you're looking at us, and you scroll all the way to the top of the chat, the live chat that's going on, you will see that there's a link in there from John Crump, who's been doing a lot of investigative reporting on this situation. He has some evidence from the ATF, some documents that have been released. And we're going to get into that here shortly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's what that's about. If you want to know, before we get into it here in a couple of minutes after we talk to Babyface P, Born to be a Shooter, though, says, Hank, do you think it's possible to be at least 4 to 5 years before there's a chance of ammo prices will return to pre-COVID prices?
No. They'll come back.
No.
Yeah.
And the reason why is the market can't support the prices.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with Walter.
Yeah.
And you're already starting to see you're starting to see it creeping down.
Yep.
But hey.
So the first change when it comes to rules of supply and demand is you'll start seeing supply first, which is what I've noticed. Supply is going back out there. Demand is lower, price is still high, but demand goes down, price goes up. Our demand goes down. Supply is still the same, or actually higher now. Prices will start falling. I personally think by the end of the year,
people, as much as they want to hoard ammo, they only have so much money to spend on it.
Yeah, and where are you going to put it all? A pallet goes a long way.
I mean, there are folks that have unlimited funds, but for the average Joe, he's not got the money to continue to buy $800 cases of 223.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's nuts.
It ain't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I would add to what you guys are saying is that as those prices are going up, there's people in the industry, not just the ammo industry, but outside of the established ammo industry, looking at it like, oh, maybe we'll make ammo, or maybe we'll make more ammo, or whatever. So
all of this. Go ahead, Walter.
This is the AR syndrome.
Yeah.
The same thing happened before Trump got elected. I'm getting in the AR-15 business because I'm gonna get rich.
Crash.
Yeah. Boom.
The supply's gonna catch up for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, the industry's been looking at this for a year, right?
Yeah.
So
and the ammo manufacturers, from what I've seen, are running at least 3 shifts at most plants. Like, they haven't slowed down on their production.
Yeah.
So I really think it's...
So if anyone wants to know, we did have Pete Brownell on, and he said depending on where politics goes, it could be the end of this year before we see that. And politics went in a negative direction because he said when was he on? Was that in August or something? I can't remember, man. It was the whole 2020 was a freaking blur to me personally.
Yeah.
But anyway, he said that if, it could be the end of the year. I think by the end of the year, we'll probably start getting back to normal, definitely by maybe 2022, unless things get really nuts. And if things get really nuts, you're going to have other stuff to worry about. Because when I'm saying really nuts, I mean really nuts. I mean nuts to the wall nuts.
Eating your neighbor's cat to try to stay alive nuts.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Go ahead.
I was going to change subject, so continue. Sorry.
No, okay, here's what we want to do before we get into the main title discussion. And you missed this. I'm just going to go back to this a little bit, Patrick. Tusk, that's why I'm wearing the very sexy Tusk shirt. So Tusk, which is a cryptocurrency, a lot like Bitcoin, but it's for the firearms industry. They are. Well, I don't know what you're thinking.
I was gonna say, listen, I got my Tusk right here, but I can't show it off on camera.
Well, anyway, so Tusk is cryptocurrency for the firearms industry. To allow us to buy and sell things to each other. For retailers can set it up and accept payments from people and all that. We had them on the podcast. I'm going to put out some snippets, but we're going to have them come back. Well, they're sponsoring the podcast. So you missed that. Yes.
Awesome. That's really exciting.
Yes, and I told Walter that if you and Walter sign up, I will actually write you a couple of little Tusk payments.
little.
Operative word. No.
Here's the market. Tusk.
Yeah.
Universal settlement coin. Is that what it's for?
Yes, and it's there's a link in the description of this video where you guys can go. Actually, I'll throw up a link right now where you guys can go and you can. And here, look, I'll show you all here on the screen. But they're an official sponsor of the podcast now, so I'm just letting.
Now's the time to buy.
I'm just letting everyone know. Now, this is Tusk here. This is what it looks like. Okay. There is a link, and basically you go to this link. That's our referral link where you could sign up and everything, and we get a couple of extra Tusk coins.
If you want to buy from Citizens Armor, Eastside Traders, Floristics, or JD Guns and Gear, those are currently the 4 people who accept Tusk.
Hey, that's a big deal. I think when we had them on, there was maybe only 1 or 2, so they've added a couple more guys.
How recently were they on?
They were on like maybe 2-3 months ago. So,
it's been a little while. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a little while. We'll have them back on. More and more people. Safety Harbor coming soon. Babyface P even. We'll get.
What are you gonna buy from me? I don't sell anything.
I'm gonna set mine up so people can get my patches if they want the Hell in the Handbasket patch. They can buy that using Tusk coin and stuff like that. So we'll get more into this as time comes on. But guess what? We are going to need ways to buy and sell stuff to each other. Let's not wait until they cut us off. So
cash money, baby. You go to the bank, you pull out 10 grand. Well, and the problem is when they start tracking stuff like that.
Listen, Babyface, go ahead.
Have you already discussed all this?
No. I was just gonna say we're not all ballers like you. With viral videos, we're not raking in.
If you pull out a certain amount of money, you start getting tracked for it, and they ask you where did this money come from.
Yeah.
And you can't just tell them to piss up a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but as I was saying, Walter can't. I was trying to say that keeping a straight face, but we're not ballers like you, Babyface. We don't have a video with millions and cajillions of views. On the YouTube.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Let's pull that up. Hold on.
Anybody that shoots down a tree with bullets should have at least 1 million views.
Man, I think we get sponsors on the channel. Safety Harbor Firearms should send me a 50 cal now that I'm hitting big,
Oh, jeez. You know how long it took me to get a do you have an idea?
Safety Harbor is sponsoring the next build.
The person I did send one, he did get 1 million views when he shot the car.
They got 3 million views. What's that video? What does a suppressor sound like, right?
What does a silencer sound like?
What does a silencer
I've been trying to not look at it because it's too exciting for me. I'm like a child.
So here we go. It is 2.9 million views, Babyface. 2.9 million.
For anybody watching, that's crazy. If anybody doesn't remember,
66,000 thumbs ups. One of them mine. That's what started it all.
Oh.
Think about this.
I want a Gatling gun.
Listen, if I could ever make that kind of money, I would absolutely do it.
You are 19.2K subscribers.
Think about that. Remember before the break, we had
there's 2,000 thumbs downs.
Barnauls. We had Barnauls on.
Yeah, right.
Remember we had Barnaul ammo?
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, congrats! I was just about to hit 10,000. What was that? 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost to 20. I've almost gotten 10,000 subs in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
That's insane.
Brian Quick says he doesn't even know. So here's the thing: we're teasing Babyface. This video was demonetized by YouTube.
Yeah. No.
But it's still a good thing. Still good.
It's not. It's on. What's it called? It's the yellow symbol. It's not demonetized. It's not advertiser friendly. So you only get like a tiny percentage of ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
I literally would make like $5,000 a month off that video, but YouTube won't do it.
Who's advertising? Who are they putting for advertising on it? Because they are advertising.
Yeah, that's a good
question. I have no idea. I've made about $50 off of it so far with 2.whatever million views.
But
$50 in my pocket is better
I'm telling you,
than anybody else's. So
$50. You can still do some stuff with that. You know, you can still. This is from Appalachian Gunrunner. He says, "I love Babyface P's style of video. I don't know. He's got it figured out." So there you go. Nice.
I love hearing that because I don't. I just do whatever I feel like. That's the crazy thing. Mm-hmm. It's like just do whatever I feel like. So I don't know that I have it figured out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Flying Rich said 2.9 million limited monetization.
Limited. Yeah. Yep. Limited. I would make. So I was talking with Marley. I was like, if we could get that advertised turned on. So I have it in for review. I put it for review like before Christmas, which if they're not going to give me a yes or a no, then by now they're just going to. Personally, I think it's going to go into the ether, into somebody's queue, and just get ignored forever.
Yeah, or when they if they actually look at it might be good that they're not responding because
they'll turn it off, and I won't make that $50.
Throttle it down.
Yeah, if they look at the video, they'll throttle it down, then they'll tag you like they have done to me. So I think it might not be a good idea. Like I saw Brandon Herrera talking about this. It might not even be a good idea to ask them to review it.
If they reviewed it and turned it on, we would have like our cars paid off in like half a year. We would have like, it'd be unbelievable getting rid of debt off of YouTube money. It would be unbelievable, but it's not going to happen. So
no,
we got to shoot for the next. One.
But still, listen. And I'm gonna say this. We're gonna get to Kathleen wants to know. Kathleen Music Lover is out there. She wants to know who lied. We're getting to it here in a second. We gotta give kudos to BFP. First of all, I want to take all fucking credit. All credit goes to Hank Strange, mofos. All credit goes to. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah,
I am gonna take some credit though, Walter. I think I have license to say. Now, by the way, Patrick does his videos. He barely lets me and Walter be in them, but he shoots his videos, edits them. He does all that work on his own.
It's a one-man army.
Yeah. But the thing is that I did encourage you, right?
I would not have gone. I wouldn't have started a YouTube channel without the encouragement because I didn't think there was any.
And Walter supplies ammo and guns.
Oh God.
Oh, hang on now. Not anymore. Not you're a baller.
But you know what? I'm proud. I'm proud of you that you. There's no video on my channel that's ever gotten to 2.9 million views.
The craziest thing to me is it hasn't just gotten to 2.9. It's trending. It's trending like this. It's not even like stopping yet. Yeah. It's wild.
You're welcome.
Well, your likes or your subscribers, that's pretty freaking awesome. It's like
that's a big deal. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. You're losing out on money, and I know that really does suck. And someone said that that's slavery.
Well.
You know, the thing I will trade off that couple grand that I'm missing out on if I can use it to my long-term benefit. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Long-term benefit of pulling in. I've pulled in 10,000 subs in like 3 weeks. That's to me is unheard of. That's nuts.
I think it's pretty good. What are you going to say, Walt? I don't want to cut you off.
No, I mean now you take those subs you have, those people that are coming in to see, and you make something that can be monetized.
Yeah, yep, that's the goal. And Hank and I were talking earlier today. I have not necessarily been strategic when it comes to posting or.
Yeah, you have to do it like a religion.
Yeah, like the last three videos.
Like going potty. You go potty in the morning. You go potty in the afternoon. Religiously.
Yeah.
The last three videos I put up, I stuck them up midday on a Monday, and they tell you like, oh, you won't get advertising revenue. You may have to, and of course I have to go and have them reviewed. But after that 1,000 views or whatever, the monetization comes back on, and
yeah.
So I need to be a little more strategic with it.
If anyone out there wants to get advice on how to be like Babyface P, hit me up. No.
Don't ask me.
No one knows how this happens, by the way. We've talked about this before. But I agree with Brian Quick, who says that it probably has something to do with the title, and that's what I think you should do, that you should do more videos like this. I don't think it's just the title. I think you did a video, and it got controversial. We looked at it there. There's 2,000 thumbs downs. That is a big deal, and that helps you.
They like that, right?
Yes.
It's all good.
It's
all good.
It's 60,
up and down, it doesn't matter. It's all good.
66,000 thumbs ups. That video is probably going to hit 10 million views.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
So
I keep getting comments. So I posted.
People want to know what video. I'll throw it up here while you're talking.
If you do a search for what does the silencer sound like, it's the first Google search. It's the first YouTube result. That's one reason it's getting so popular. Plus, they're pimping it everywhere. Supposedly, people are getting it recommended to them like all over the place. So
yeah, there's the video for you guys to see.
I have my own little celebration here.
Okay.
It's small compared to Master P, but I broke 2,000 subscribers on Safety Harbor Firearms.
No, I was one of them recently.
You broke what?
2,000.
Congratulations! That's awesome.
And that's with virtually no effort.
I was not a subscriber until like 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, and by the way, I'm definitely taking credit for that, Walter, because I've been putting videos up there, and by me I mean Lola.
Hey everybody, I know some people are waiting for their COVID relief. I got mine over the weekend. Check out the Safety Harbor Firearms YouTube channel. We have a special video about COVID relief my way.
I got my COVID relief. Did Lola enjoy it?
Oh dear, I don't even want to know.
Oh wait, that's what. Yeah, what?
I paid off my tab. $600 straight out the door.
You know what? I heard about that. I didn't know. You guys are getting COVID money? What the hell's going on here?
You got some COVID money from me.
I didn't. Okay, well, I guess that's all. Because I didn't see anything else come in from anywhere else.
Yeah, we got ours like the day after they announced that they were going to go through with it for whatever reason.
Yeah, the government hasn't gotten anywhere around to me. Listen, here's what I want. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say they printed all the money, and then I just gave it away to Lola to pay off my debt.
Yeah, Radhouse says, I don't feel like the title is that different than other thousands of silencer videos on YouTube. I think a big chunk of it has to go to you and your personality and whatever.
It's a terrible video. Yeah. That's the most embarrassing thing is it's one of the ones I really dislike the most because I'm wearing I've been telling people I'm wearing like an oversized shirt. The shirt doesn't fit me at all. I look like I'm wearing my dad's clothes. It's kind of poorly shot and it's just not a good video. I don't know why.
Don't question it. Don't question it. Just
you don't have control of it. You don't have control of it. Just enjoy it. And be deliberate going forward. That's my thing to you. Don't be accidental. Be deliberate. Be deliberate about, in terms of keep being you and run your channel the way that you want to, but do more stuff like that because obviously people like it.
What I was saying before was I put out. I've been using the community tab a lot, posting stuff on there. Mm-hmm. And I posted when that hit 1 million views. I was like, holy shit, I'm mainstream. And I've gotten so many comments of people that are like, I just saw this video and then I saw this post and like commented on that. But it's just and then a bunch of people are like, don't get a big head when you get famous. Don't forget about us. And I'm like, I'm just a dude in a garage. That's all I am. I'm just a guy in a garage. I'm not anybody.
So was Bill Gates at one time too.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Also, Walter and I. Yeah, we won't allow this. First of all, I am very skilled. I am very skilled in guilt.
Marley is like not giving me credit for anything because she's like, you ain't getting big. Don't worry about it. You're not getting a big head.
Enjoy it while you can. Walter, do you have anything to say on this before we go on to other stuff?
Enjoy your big head there, son. You know what I'm saying?
CB says ATF is using it as reference.
Yeah, that's the reference material. Oh, is that what it sounds like?
Oh, that would be in your video. You know, the little guy with the head. You're in the middle and going, all of a sudden he pokes up around the corner in the video.
Oh boy, yeah. Matt Morrison says 2001 subs now. Walter, Razor JB is making. Thanks to Matt Morrison.
2021. Come on, 2021 tonight. 2021.
Yeah, I am not even going to put up Razor JB's thing.
You know,
not because I appreciate Razor JB, but just to stay out of trouble.
I've hit my first goal of surpassing a couple of individuals, and I'm not being mean. I know there are some people out there that I wanted to pass that was just internal to me. Like, I want to pass these people, and I hit that first goal. I have a second goal of another channel or two that I want to pass. And when looking at, because I've done a little bit of stat comparison, you can absolutely tell that this particular channel has bought subscribers. When they go from 10, 15 to 3,500 a day, then back down to 5, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where those subs came from.
Yeah.
So,
listen,
people
can do that all they want to. I think in the end, yes, people
it's not
will
real
see.
interaction.
Yeah, people will see that.
Yeah, you can buy all you want. It doesn't make any real difference. Those people that you bought don't really pay any attention to what you're doing.
Yep.
For the most part.
Yeah.
They don't pay any attention.
So let's do this. We mentioned the ATF. Let's switch over this conversation now. And I do want everyone out there, because we have more than 100 people, please smash the thumbs ups right now. Babyface, what's up?
Before we switch, I want to hear if Lola liked the knife.
Oh, the knife. Lola, where's the knife? Yes, she liked the knife. Absolutely. She liked it. Thanks to you for finding the knife, and then Walter for donating the time. And so everyone wants to know if you like the knife.
Yes.
You got to come on. You got to come over here, Lola. You got to come over here with your Burberry whatever.
Right,
there's the knife. So what do you think? You like the knife? You got to show it. You got to reach up your arms real. Yeah, so people can see you.
Yeah, look at that thing. Okay.
Yeah, very nice knife.
I'm scared. Put that away. I'm scared. I'm scared.
I tried.
Walter's getting triggered.
And
I tried to tell Hank to not put the logo on there.
I wasn't sure if
he said he tried. Babyface is saying he tried to tell me not to put the logo on there. I don't know if it'll focus.
Well.
So there you go. The logo is on there. I don't know if you guys could really see it that well.
Sharp
it's not as sharp as the PVK one. I think when they did it, it doesn't look.
She says she likes my, which I don't have that one. Here, but okay, Lola, thank you very much. You can go now.
I would have liked it. I would have liked it in a color.
By the way, mine got scratched up. Accidentally. See, look, mine got scratched with some kind of thing that coincidentally it looks like a logo. I don't know how that happened. It was a scratch. I gotta send it back to.
I got a scratch too when I was going over the wire.
No, Patrick, you're right. I would have preferred a color other than black.
All I can say, I don't know if Lola can hear me, but finding a color at that price point is very difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, well
you'll have to buy one new, and that's a lot more.
Well, guess what? You spend some shekels for your woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, exactly. And Lola being racist against a black microtech.
That's right.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh, dude.
Shame on you.
Yell at her real quick. Tell her to look up the. There's one that is called Merlot. Have her look up the color Microtech Durac in Merlot.
Babyface says look up Microtech Durac in Merlot. So if anyone wants to know, that's a Microtech Durac.
I want one so bad in that color, but they're so hard to find.
Yeah,
I would like to have some Merlot.
Yes, it sounds so fancy.
By the way, so there's some people who got their Lola sent out stuff to people. Eric Hammond is one of them. I'll quickly throw that up. We are gonna get into the thing. Sorry for dragging you guys along here, but Swag Pack went out to our Eric Hammond, so he got that. He says thanks. You're welcome, Eric. Lola spent a lot of time. Lola literally used the pickup truck to drive the packages over to the post office. One of the women that works for her drove behind her to help her take them in, and she spent $250
Oh
mailing
my!
out packages.
Oh my!
So,
Here
big
goes ad
thanks-
revenue for the month.
Yeah, yeah. This channel does not make $250 in a
No.
month. Just in case anyone is curious about that. Chris Illog also got them. I'll throw his. He also got some cool stuff. Look, he got a Palmetto State Cup, gunvote stickers, the grenade sticker, all kinds of cool stuff that went out to Chris Illog. So lots of people out there. So anyway, we have to do this because we promised the people, and I'm assuming the people are smashing the thumbs ups and getting us to 100. Here, this is from Razor JB. He says, so SB Tactical goes from King of the Brace game to the pheasant they created and killing the brace game. So this is what we're going to talk about with SB Tactical. Before we get into it, there's been a lot of work that John Crump has been doing on this, right? And I just want to make everyone aware of that. And I just want to set this up, Babyface. I'm going to let you jump in. We can show all the stuff, but Crump has put stuff out and gotten into trouble.
Did somebody get upset with what happened now?
Well, I don't know. This is all coming out now. This is all coming out today. Now, I know, what's the name of there's another YouTuber. Oh, man. I'll tell you guys. There's another YouTuber who's been saying this for a while.
Reno May?
Reno May.
Yeah,
has been
that
putting
guy's
us-
been on point with
Yes.
this.
So, and Reno May was called an outright liar by SB Tactical.
Was he really?
I'll be back in a second, guys. I got to get some.
Yeah. There's
Is
you know,
it just desserts?
yeah. So I mean, Crump's been doing a lot of work. He's gotten into trouble. There's been a lot of hate. SB Tactical's been on this podcast with me. And we've done some things with them, but I stopped believing what they were saying, and that's why you guys haven't seen me do any kind of follow-up with them, because this, like, people know about this, that this is out there, and they've basically been out there saying, no, we didn't know about anything, we're finding out about all of this now, and the truth of the matter is that is a bull-faced lie on their part. And if you guys want to see this, I'm going to share a link with you right now for everyone
He's
watching.
Pony boy.
Huh?
You remember that Trump comment that you're a bald-faced pony boy? Or
And
not
here's
Trump,
the thing,
Biden. You remember Biden's comment?
Yeah, but even there's been some YouTubers that are out there like going after Crump for doing this work and saying that he's just trying to write hit pieces and he's just going after people and all of that.
Has that come out today?
Have they
Have
said
there
that
been-
today? No, I haven't
Yes.
seen anything that's come out today, and I have a feeling that a lot of people that have said all of that are going to avoid talking about this subject.
You need to ask everybody out there who are fans of anybody who doubted this, should ask them what crow tastes like.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. You need to ask these people. Look, I think that SB Tactical's been lying to everyone. Okay, so and I've said this. I think ultimately that they've been lying to everyone. Now, if you guys here, I'll throw it up on the screen. This is an ATF document dump in regards to the pistol brace. You guys can go look at this. It's a lot of pages. It's 285 pages. Okay, and basically it's talking about it's sending them something talking about their correspondence with the ATF in regards to the braces and saying, hey, we've been telling you guys, we've been talking to you. I done been told you. That's really what it sounds like, right? If you've ever heard that. And this is dated March 3rd, 2020, by the way. That's what the date is on there. But this information goes back years. And to try to surmise this for folks out there, Patrick, if we could do that. By the way, Crump says he gave us $5. Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't thank me for anything. I haven't done anything. I'm just surprised that. I mean,
Yeah.
oh man, you backed the wrong horse. Not Crump, but there's
Well,
so much
you know,
dirty dirt going on.
Let me say this. Before we get into exactly what happened there with the ATF documents and what it's saying. First of all, I think that there are a lot of people in the firearms industry that didn't do their due diligence before they got into business with SB Tactical. What I mean by that, they were getting braces from them, putting it on guns, and they went with what SB Tactical was saying, that, hey, this is all approved by the ATF, and they never said, okay, good, we're about to give you $1 million for these braces. How about you send us those letters. They didn't do that. And they basically took their word for it. And I kind of like understand, even though that sounds batshit crazy, I get it. It's the industry.
I get it. If you're doing a business deal and as far as you can tell, they are on the up and up, you're not going to necessarily, especially when they're the biggest player in the industry, you won't necessarily doubt them. So I don't necessarily fault the guys that were out there making stuff.
As someone said in this thing, as JB was talking about, SB Tactical created this industry of pistol braces, and they also destroyed this industry of pistol braces. And Lola wants me to tell you guys what's been happening. So these things have been out for a long time. Right? I think they came out somewhere in 2012, 2013. They got approval for the original braces.
They were terrible.
Right? Which, for two of them. But they basically looked the same. They were the big ones that no one really wanted. But those things went on your arm. Okay? And the ATF said, okay, we approve this. For people who are handicapped, etc. Now, basically, if you approve something for that, people could buy it, but they're saying people cannot use those, like shouldering it, even though they're not going to go after someone for just randomly shouldering it. So, SB Tactical continuing here, as this industry grew, from when I talked to folks out there in the other parts of the industry, SB Tactical went after everyone else that tried to make a brace, saying those people don't have letters. Those people did what they're supposed to do and got letters for everything that they put out there for the most part, right? I'm not going to say everyone did it, and also we're not lawyers or anything like that here. So take what we're saying, do your own research. But SB Tactical went out there and went after those guys because they, as we said, they created this industry and this was their competition. While they were saying to people that these guys didn't have letters, those guys are like, "What are you talking about? They don't have letters for the new stuff they're putting out either. But we do have letters." So they were always saying, there was always this thing going on behind the scenes. I've heard it. Walter, am I lying? I think you've heard it also.
I was told it specifically before I was even a gun tuber or whatever you want to call it. I was told it specifically by a sales rep for SB Tactical at the gun store. I was in the gun store and I was like, why would you buy that big floppy thing of rubber when you could get a tail hook? Because I personally think the tail hook is better. And the guy was like, "Oh well, he doesn't have a letter for that. You're really risking your neck." Yeah, he was like, "You're risking your neck with that." And I was like, "Yeah, get fucked."
And that was a practice of what they were doing. I've heard stories from people who, I'm not going to mention specific names, of other companies making pistol braces, who were trying to get deals with big companies out there, and people would come to them and say, these guys don't have a letter. And then those guys would go make deals with SB Tactical, and the people would be like, what's the deal? I mean, we do have letters. Those guys don't have letters for what they're selling you. So this has been going on for a long time. But this came to a head here when Q LLC, for us recently, it came to a head. I'll save everyone like the in-between. It came to a head when Q got these letters saying you are selling things that are SBRs and that you're marketing it as that and all of that kind of stuff. It came to a head. That's why we had SB Tactical on, we had Q on, and the lies continued from there, where they kept saying, oh no, we've been trying to get them to clarify for us, and which I kind of, that's like a white lie to me, right? They have been maybe trying to get them to clarify, but the whole time, these new braces, the SB3, etc., the ATF has been saying, first of all, the ATF says in this stuff that they're accessories and they can't regulate accessories. But when you put that accessory on a firearm that is under a certain length, it is not a pistol anymore, it's an SBR. And the ATF has been telling them. And then also folks out there have gotten arrested and had charges, and the ATF has said there are people getting arrested with these things that are trying to say that they're pistols and they're not. And that's been going on for years, and that's what is in these documents if you guys look at it. It's been years and years and years, and the documents say that SB Tactical didn't send in things, and they were putting things out. But then maybe a year or so ago, SB Tactical did send in things, and they said, "No, this is not a pistol. It's an SBR." Sorry, go ahead.
Just to throw something out there that because I'm sure at some point this will be referenced in the future for other people. This podcast, what we're talking about right now, will be referenced. I don't think any of us are agreeing that the ATF is correct in their assumptions on any of this. Personally, I disagree. I don't think. I can't do it on camera, but if I took this Colt 1911 sitting next to me and put it against my shoulder, that doesn't make it an SBR. That's completely illogical. So I completely disagree with it.
Yeah. I think we all agree that the ATF here are the biggest culprits in terms of, like, none of us are fans of the ATF. You know, there's a lot of nonsense. And also, this whole concept of SBRs should be done away with.
It's retarded. There's no a 11.5-inch AR is no more dangerous or concealable or whatever than a 16-inch AR. It's all retarded.
Yeah.
Or a Glock with a 30-round magazine in it.
Yeah, a Glock with a 30-round magazine. I can't hide that any better.
Walter, your camera's doing some weird stuff. I'm not sure. Put your hand up in front of your camera.
He's working for me.
Oh, it is? Okay, maybe it's just me. Don't worry about it.
So just to throw that out there, that I believe
you need to have something to eat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
we're all on that same page that we don't agree with what the ATF is saying.
ATF sucks. They should be disbanded. SBRs shouldn't exist anymore.
But when a company is potentially pulling the wool over your eyes, that's also really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not making any claims because I am not the one getting sued.
Right.
If that were to happen, but the evidence seems to point to the wool getting pulled over people's eyes.
Yeah. Control Pew had a question here. I think I'll get to. Walter, if you're seeing something in the chat you need me to know, let me know. Shout out to Control Pew, by the way. He sent a bunch of swag. He was on. He was on the show the other day, so I got lots of cool swag. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. We're gonna have Control Pew. If you guys want to know about 3D printing, we're gonna have Control Pew on the show in 2021 as much as we possibly can.
Can I take a quick segue, just real quick?
Yeah.
Specifically at Control Pew, I shared a really good friend of mine just picked up a 3D printer for Christmas. That was his big gift this year. And I sent him, I was actually watching the podcast where you mentioned that you have, it's controlpew.com/ I can't remember what it is, and he'll be able to tell us better. But there's a / startup or / for newbies.
Yeah, a guide. I think it's guide. Yeah.
It gives you a complete breakdown on like what equipment, what plastics to use, how to set things up. I sent that over to him, and I was basically like, Jeff, you read through this, figure this shit out, because I'm coming down and we're printing a 1022 or something. We're gonna print something.
Do you don't have a 3D printer?
I don't.
Should we get a 3D printer? Should I get the official Hank Strange 3D printer for you to have access to?
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay. Okay, we could do it.
I think
I'll just use your Tusk money.
There you go. And from what he was saying, they're not horribly expensive to get into.
$200 gets you in.
That's not bad.
I think $188.
Well,
so anyway, sorry, I totally took a segue.
Yeah.
No, you got to remember, for that money, you're not going to get what you're seeing people selling.
No.
I mean, as far as parts. Now, it gets you into learning how to use it and stuff.
Yes. Well, he actually in his intro stuff, they suggest this one piece of hardware and certain polymers, and say that it can run pretty much anything you need. It might not be the prettiest, but it'll get you going.
Or the fastest.
But it'll get you moving.
We're going to do more stuff with Control Pew as much as we can, obviously. He was a real great guest to have on, real good guy, doing good stuff. I want to do more this year as we go forward of fighting back at all of this. I'm having this conversation about SB Tactical because we really need to. The thing that we're all saying here is that they basically lied to everyone, and people are buying stuff, and they could have given people heads up. They could have said, look, we've been trying to work this out with the ATF. It's coming to a head, and we really think a lot of it is on them. But at the same time, this is what they're telling us, and we just want everyone to know. But if they would have done that, that would have killed their business. So I get it. They chose money. They chose to make the money. There's some folks out there on our side of this all, some people who do what we do that chose to either believe them or ignore the truth or the facts or common sense that these guys had some inkling of what was going on in the industry that they created. You know, like me saying that I don't know what's like SB Tactical saying they didn't know what was happening with the ATF is like me saying I don't know what's going on with my kids. You have to be, that's a massive investment I've made in my life to have my children. You have to spend time figuring out what's going on and talking to them, and you're at fault if you don't know what's up with them. Right?
I'm in agreement. Yeah, I mean, if you are the big dog in the industry, you think you'd be the one who would be the voice of reason for any smaller companies. But any smaller companies, I guess, are competition, right? You know, they're not going to help you.
Yeah, but
no, exactly.
But then later, look, here's my problem. Go ahead, Walt.
It's all about the money.
It is.
No, but look, now they're out there.
I sure hope Alex paid off his house and all the cars he owns and all that, because it could all end in one afternoon.
I don't know. I think it'll still keep going. People are still buying these things, and people are asking us about it. And what I've said the whole time is you guys need to be educated consumers. And I'm not telling people to get rid of your stuff or to do this or to do that. I just want you to be aware of what's happening, you know? And I think if these guys are more honest and upfront with people, then we can make choices where you're not lying to us. And the worst part of it is they've been trying to destroy the other smaller guys in the industry. And now they're saying, oh, you know what? We all need to get together and we all need to work together. And you guys need to give us money to fight back against the ATF. My advice would be don't ever give these people money, okay? Don't give them, if you want to buy their stuff, that's on you. But if you give them money and they're going to fight and they've lied to you, then you've got no sense, right? Don't do that. Give money to GOA, FPC, other organizations out there that are fighting for the Second Amendment. That's where you put your money. And if you want to buy it or if you already have it or whatever, that's on you. There's other folks that are selling things, have letters. Ultimately here, Biden and the ATF in the very short future are going to come after these things, and we have to make a decision to fight back and not take it. What makes me mad is that people are straight up lying to you, and no one is doing their due diligence, and a fat knucklehead dude, I'm talking about me, if I could figure this out, a lot of those smart ass dudes out there, they know this is BS, and they're just pushing you in this direction and lying to you, and it's messed up. And it's just like, you know, come on. You can't do this and then say, oh, we should all work together. You've made a lot of people go out and buy these things with misinformation, and then you attacked other gun people who are trying to just let people know what's happening, and then you're saying, oh, you know what, we should all get together. Forget about this. I guarantee you those dudes now are going to go, this doesn't matter. We all just need to get together. It does matter. You're lying to the people.
Man,
that's what makes me mad.
Sound just like Democrats.
Yeah.
You're lying to the people. Stop it. Save yourself. Stop lying. If you're not lying to the people, you're lying to yourself. And if you're lying to yourself, you need to take a good hard look in the mirror and cut this nonsense out. As much as there's companies out there that I love, there's no company that I love so much that I'm going to let them compromise me to this level. This kind of thing, I'm going to fight all the time. Because we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars of people invested into these things that now they have to figure out what they're going to do. Okay? And yes, I'm all for let's fight this. Let's push back on everything. Let's not comply. I'm all for that. But let's be honest with who knew about this and who lied to us and then who attacked people that try to inform you. Let's just keep that in mind. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, part of, there's a silver lining to all of it. And I think somebody out there was, I don't know why. I cannot approve messages on the chat. I'm not sure what happened. But anyway,
Lola, make sure that Patrick's wrench is there. I don't know what would be the deal with that.
I'm wrenched for sure. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of comments and stuff.
It's been weird lately. YouTube comments have been real bad lately. But there is a silver lining, and somebody out there who was it that mentioned it. Somebody I wanted to say DuroSig 556R mentioned it. The silver lining is that this has now potentially made more gun owners than in the history of owning guns in this country felons overnight, potentially, which wakes a lot more people up. That's the only silver lining. The negative, though, is that you've been sold this BS that was known to be BS, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I see someone talking about the Gun Collective, that Alex Bosco was on the Gun Collective. I'm trying to avoid, honestly, with you guys. I'm just trying to tell you. I don't want to go after anyone. I honestly don't have any problems with the Gun Collective. I think that all those guys are cool people. I wouldn't blame the Gun Collective for Alex Bosco coming on there and lying to him. If you noticed, he didn't come to me. The reason why he didn't come to me, after this all broke, I made a comment about this on social media. He did call me the next morning, and he told me some stuff. But when I looked into it, I found a lot of BS, right? And I'm sure they realized that I wasn't going for their line, that they were trying to feed me. The BS they were trying to feed me, I wasn't going for it. So they didn't want to come talk to me. And I'm fine with that, because I didn't want to keep lying to you guys. And they knew, and I know, if they came and talked to me, I would call them on all this stuff, right? So why do it? So they just use those people, and that happens. It's up to people to realize when you're being used. They used me. You guys can go back and find him coming on and talking to me, and you can see that and take whatever you want out of that. But it was all lies. Okay, in terms of saying, oh yeah, we didn't know about this, we didn't know about any of this stuff. It's lies. Okay, and it's not necessary. Go ahead, sorry, Walt.
And I believe I was the stupid one.
Well, okay, that's someone else called you stupid.
And they called me stupid because I listened to what ATS said, what they said about it, right. And they said part of the reason they go after these people is the way they advertise it.
Yeah.
It's advertised as something it's not.
So
that's the thing. Can we for a second stop pretending that everybody out there bought one of these? And I know this is going to make a lot of people mad.
They're all handicapped, right?
Can we stop pretending that everyone out there that bought one of these is handicapped and needs it for that reason? Again, I don't think there should be such a thing differentiating an SBR from a regular AR. That's stupid. But come on, you guys pretending that that's the reason you own it. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, if we're going to start blaming people, you want to start blaming people? Mm-hmm. Every manufacturer that has sold one of those things on their gun, big and small, are guilty. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people decided they're going to make pistols when they couldn't sell their ARs as rifles. Mm-hmm. They couldn't sell the 20-inch. Nobody wanted that stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, look how cheap PSA was selling their rifle stuff for. They were giving that stuff away at cost just about. Mm-hmm. So everybody said, well, hell, everybody wants a little SBR gun. Let's take a price on it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Everybody, from the smallest AK manufacturer, the smallest AR man, to the biggest ones, the Remingtons.
But you know what, though, Walt? No one in the beginning of those original braces, I thought they were cool. I have at least one or two of them. But a lot of people thought they were ugly. They didn't want it. And so they made the better one. Guess what the better one looks like? A stock.
Yes.
Duh.
Because you know what you're wanting.
And guess what the marketing was? Everyone was lying to everyone. Yes, Babyface has a point. We were lying to ourselves, saying this is how we don't have to pay a $200 tax stamp.
That's exactly what it is.
When I first saw the pistol braces way back when they were first on ARs, there was the SIG brace, and then there was these braces they made for ARs. I mean the AKs that were horrendous, big rubber thing that wraps around with all the Velcro hanging and all that stuff.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say.
I wanted nothing to do with that stuff because I said they're gonna change their mind on this.
But listen, Walter, in the interest of truth, even though those things are ugly, they do work for people who are paraplegic, right? And Alex Bosco did something good, because I remember being at SHOT Show in the Century Arms booth, and he was there with the guy who like inspired him to make this. And I remember there was someone else there with him, and that guy won a gun from Century Arms and gave it to this guy. I remember that. I did a video on it. So ultimately, it was made for a good purpose, and it helped people, even though it wasn't attractive. And I think it shouldn't go away, and it should exist. And like I said, the ATF is the messed up one here.
That is the intent. Once again, just like ATF said, if you don't change it from its original intent, it's not. It doesn't stop.
Really,
it's like I was using a screwdriver. If you use a screwdriver to take screws out, it's a screwdriver. But as soon as you put it in your hand and put it in somebody's neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an
It's a
assault.
deadly weapon.
But here's the thing, though, that it doesn't mean that you cannot buy a screwdriver. Or let's put it like this: wheelchairs. Wheelchairs are supposed to help people who can't walk, right? It doesn't mean that I can't buy a wheelchair if I'm just lazy and I want to roll around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you just want to
Whatever,
kick your way
yeah.
around, yeah.
But here's the
I'll call
thing.
you a lazy shit. but
Yeah,
go
the
ahead.
ATF is saying we allow these things made like this so that people can put them on pistols, and those pistols will not be considered SBRs even if people shoulder it. If you read all this information, I see James Miller just got in and he doesn't know what's going on.
Changes.
Yeah, go read the letter. It's here. I could put it up for you guys who haven't seen it to look at it again. Or go, it's not letter, it's multiple letters that came in, right? So the place where everything went wrong is when, when they started manufacturing different versions of this and they mate it look sexier and more like a stock and all that kind of stuff.
Smaller,
the ATF kept
smaller,
saying,
smaller.
"No, dudes, we do not approve this. This makes that firearm not a pistol. It makes it an SBR, a short-barreled rifle. It needs to be registered. It's not illegal, and the ATF cannot regulate accessories. And this is why people are like, well, why did they ever go after SB Tactical? They can't. SB Tactical has no FFL. They're not a manufacturer of firearms. Right? So they've been playing this game with everyone. They've been getting other people involved in selling the guns, other companies, and this is what everyone saw happen with Q. And at the risk of running the Q guy getting pissed off at us and saying, oh, fuck these guys or whatever, they basically bamboozled Q as well, in my opinion. Because Q believed that they were able to make these things and put them out there, and then somewhere recently they realized, oh, these dudes actually knew all this time, and they really haven't been saying anything. You guys can look it up. They're not saying anything about this because Q, I believe, and other companies out there got bamboozled, and so did the people. And some point in the future, we might see some kind of litigation come out of this whole thing.
I don't know.
You don't necessarily blame Q for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they are the leading group in the industry, you kind of have to trust when somebody is the big dog in the game.
I don't blame them if SB said we have approval letters. I just say if you didn't do your due diligence, well, I mean, if you didn't go, and I don't know what they did or they didn't do, right? I don't know, but I would assume that before I write you a big check, I'm going to say, you know what, I would like.
But you know what? In the big scheme of things, Q is like this.
Yeah.
But compared to SIG.
Yeah, SIG.
SIG. And the ones that really, 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 really sold a ton of those things, the SIG brace and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Q was a little player. Q's not a big player in the. Yes. They're a specialty, or what do you call it?
Boutique?
What is that?
Boutique.
Well, a boutique gun.
Yeah.
Right. At $2,500 or $2,600 or $2,700 a piece, they're not selling them like the major manufacturers are.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Especially when you couldn't sell an AR-15. When nobody wanted one. Right.
But I think the big guys like SIG or whoever else also got lied to. We just don't know what's happening behind the scenes and what kind of conversations are happening. They either got lied to or they're also what do you think, Walt? Do you think they got lied to or they're complicit in this?
Do you really think SIG didn't look into the legality of it?
Are you asking me about companies in the firearms industry? Because I've seen them do stupid stuff.
That have lawyers on staff?
Okay, so all these years you've been in the industry, you haven't seen them. I'm not trying to defend them. If that's the case, then that's just straight up. They just got into it saying, hey, whenever we get busted, we'll stop.
Well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, maybe that.
Hello. You answered your own question. Like I said in the beginning, when I first saw the brace, when it was ugly and big and nasty, I said, this ain't going to last.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And then as it expanded onto everything.
Yeah.
Every you could put a brace on anything technically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. WM and JM says you can buy the Q pistol right now, though it's on back order. Okay, let me explain something to you. Back order is an easy way of saying, ooh, this is no longer available.
See,
that's permanently on back order, son.
I mean,
a lot of companies, I've heard that SIG and other places did that. What they did was immediately put all those things out of stock or in back order, and everyone's going to wait to see, because maybe, as we said here just now, this is the busted moment. And they're like, oh, oops, got caught.
Oopsie. Pull out real quick, girl, before get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, There have been instances of corporate lawyers just getting lazy. It does happen. I'm not going to put that. Like, never. What's the saying? Never blame malice on what could be stupidity or whatever. Like,
all right. Well, if you're the big boss man in charge, and all you see is dollar signs, you might tell your lawyers to go piss up a pole for a little while.
Well, so for example, at the end of last year, what were we looking at when all of this stuff broke? What event were we looking at? Appalachian Gun Runner says Smith & Wesson just released the MMP 1522 with a SB3, just released, and I believe that
they're still selling the stuff.
Sure, absolutely, still being sold. I've talked to companies, etc. Looked places, they're still being sold. But at the end of last year, when this came out, it was right before Black Friday. You know how much money? You know how much money got made then?
Yep, can't poo-poo on Black Friday.
I'm talking millions.
Don't deny the scratching fingers together.
Yeah.
It's the where the world works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll sell these companies will sell their grandmother to get profits. It doesn't matter.
I would listen. I think some companies I wouldn't be surprised, Walt. I do. I understand where you're coming from, and I believe what you're saying.
They'll sell their family to move up the
some other
life.
companies, if they knew and they still did this, I'll be incredibly disappointed to ever find that out. But hey, we'll see. Everything will see the light of day. If you want to lie out there, and I'm not saying, look, none of us are perfect, but I always tell people everything will see. If I try to have like some secret baby Lola doesn't know about, and I'm like, oh, she'll know.
She's finding out.
She's too busy to find out.
I got news.
Knock on the door.
You did your DNA thing. One day that'll pop up on the screen and you won't even see it. She'll see it before you.
You can't keep the truth hidden from the folks forever. It's gonna come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Once again, we make a stock. We don't. When we make a stock that accepts the Gearhead Works tailhook brace, we don't technically make a pistol brace. But Gearhead Works has a letter for their brace, and it actually works as a brace.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, this is the loophole that everyone's walking through here. Any company that makes accessories and doesn't make firearms, and all you make is accessories, the ATF cannot go after you. The problem is with the person who possesses the contraband.
Puts the two together.
Yeah. The person who puts it together or who possesses it, right? So ultimately, these companies out there that went and made these deals, let's say they didn't do their due diligence. Let's say they knew and they did it anyway. Ultimately, there's a lot of them out there. We're trapped. I believe we should fight it because the ATF is BS. SBR shouldn't be a thing. All those.
That's not yet.
I had a little problem with TC in the chat.
What happened?
Okay. He's saying that Franklin Armory is, deliberately trying to make products to skirt the laws. All right, here's how it works, TC.
That's not true.
Here's how it works. Those the little short-barreled, 14-inch barreled shotguns that have the. Somebody finally one day sat down and read all of the requirements. Okay, you have to have this and that and overall lengths. And somebody said, well, hell, I can build a shotgun with a 14-inch barrel, long as the receiver and the grip take it out to 26 and change. That's how that came up. That's their rules. Yeah. That's their. Now, whether it'll last forever.
One thing that I think is funny is when people say, when people use the phrase loophole. Oh, you're using a loophole. It's like, no, I'm working within the law. That's how that's how law is written.
Read the rules and manipulate the rules to your use.
Yes. So let me just. I want to say a couple of things. First of all, without a doubt, I have a relationship with the guys from Franklin Armory. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. They're my friends. They sponsor this podcast, all of that kind of stuff. But I'm going to say something to you. Those are good guys. They are not the kind of people who are going to deliberately lie to you, and I know them. You don't have to believe me. I don't care about that, whether you believe me or not. I've known these guys for years. They are not trying to do that. They're not trying to break the law, skirt the law, or bamboozle anyone. And I think as Babyface and Patrick are saying here, even in America, taxes, it is illegal for you to deliberately avoid paying your taxes. It is not illegal for you to mitigate your taxes.
Yeah, right. It's and they call them tax
figure out.
There's ways that you can actually, if you want to, never pay taxes again in America.
again, the people that call them tax loopholes don't realize that they were written in on purpose. Those tax laws are written in such a way to benefit somebody. I'm not saying who.
Yeah.
But somebody is benefiting.
So what the guys at Franklin Armory are doing is they're looking at the law as the law is written, and they're saying, by the letter of the law, we can make this gun. And when they make What?
I was gonna say, the favorite thing that I've heard lately come from politicians and lawyers is, well, that's not in the spirit of the law. It's like, I don't give a rat's ass what the spirit of the law is. This is how it's written. This is what it means.
Yeah, the law is the law. We have too many laws in the first place.
Yeah.
Only way you're gonna know what the spirit is if you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
That's what you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Go ahead. Well, I'll let you get it in.
No, just they read the regulation, they read the determinations, prior determinations that ATF have made on all these other guns. I know about that stuff because I got that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then people like Franklin Armory and others, they say, well, if I do this, oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. If I do this and this, I can do this.
Ipso facto.
and okay, now then what happens is they make this this gun. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's called a firearm now because it's not a shotgun, it's not a rifle.
It doesn't fall into any other category.
Now, what happens is, then the boys at the 3 or 4 letter agency, they get all miffed because somebody figured out their game.
Yeah.
Oh shit! We missed that one. Oh, George was senile when he wrote that back in '72.
This is going to get me off on a real tangent, but there are ATF agents out there that see their job that see their jobs as to work as hard as possible to regulate and get firearms out of the hands of anybody who can own them. That's what they see themselves as, which is just stupid.
They're a taxing agents bureau.
Yeah, they're an agency
supposed to collect taxes.
Yeah,
they're an agency that could be served under multiple other agencies. Their whole existence doesn't make sense.
Why do we have to regulate cigarettes?
Yeah.
Why do we have to regulate? I mean, even alcohol, as long as it's made and it's not killing people. Why do you have to? Yeah. And firearms.
That would be the FDA or something like that.
FDA regulating any other agency could help regulate these things. It's
regulating using guidelines established in the 1930s.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
To eradicate organized crime, basically try to lessen organized crime's effects. Which all they did was
how did that work?
What happens when you during Prohibition? All they did was they propped up organized crime. But so what happened if you were to ban guns a day? You know how many people would be making guns overnight?
Yeah, but let me say this to you. So I just want to say this about Franklin Armory, right? And those guys are always willing to come on here and explain stuff to you guys. They've already done it. If you haven't seen it, I understand. That's because you don't subscribe to this channel. You don't watch it. We have freaking almost 700 podcasts, and you can find many hours of us talking to Franklin Armory. Oh, they're actually there. I just saw them pop up.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, we follow the letter of the law. Just so happens that our products are following that letter.
Exactly.
No, I completely agree.
Exactly.
But that's what I didn't know they were going to come on. I didn't communicate with them. I guess they were watching and listening to some of this.
This takes us back to the original problem. When you're following the letter and then an alphabet agency comes along and tells you, no, you're not following the letter of the law.
That letter is not the way the letter we see it.
And you ignore it, you got a problem.
But here's the thing that I want to say is the difference, right? Like Franklin Armory does this. They go through, they do everything they're supposed to do. Sometimes it's not the ATF. Sometimes the ATF realizes this thing they're making is fine. Some state, some police chief or whatever decides he doesn't like that thing and he tries to block them. They spend a lot of money getting lawyers and fighting stuff, and they tell everyone about what's going on. They don't hide stuff. They've come on here, they've done other things, and they say this is what happens or this is what's going on right now and we're fighting this and we're doing it. So I just want to make that distinction to like, until they do something really bad, and I promise you, if I see that, I will show it to you guys. But what I've seen from them is they're upfront, they're following the law, and they are trying to make alternatives for you guys, before we all have to get into apocalypse mode here, right? And just spend our lives fighting to get back the government from these bastards, right, that are taking over. You could see this like every day. We're living it, right? There's a lot of nonsense out there. A lot of votes that have been switched or whatever. No one cares. Supreme Court, they don't care. No one cares. This is going to happen. And these guys are trying to do that, and it's a different thing. They come on, they tell you guys this is what's up, but they don't make something, and the ATF is telling them, no, this is not legal, and they still try to sell that to you. They don't play that game.
They have a letter for all their stuff.
Yeah.
So stupid. Can I say how dumb it is that you have to go to an alphabet agency and get a letter for anything you want to make?
Well,
how fucking dumb is that?
Mm-hmm.
The bad part is, okay, say I have a letter from 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
retarded.
like, well, yeah.
1934's NFA is still good, and that's from how long ago?
Yeah, you still chase after people if they have a barrel a quarter inch too short or an eighth of an inch too short. You know, come on.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know.
what I believe.
By the way, shout out to those guys for being in the chat. That's weird, man. That kind of like
Somebody tipped them off.
that shows.
Somebody tipped them off.
They're keeping tabs on me. They're like, let's make sure
somebody's
Hank's not
listening in.
creating problems for us. But
No,
but it's a cool thing that they're here and they're answering the questions, and they know that they understand what this is all about. But I promise you guys, I spent a lot of time talking to these guys. They're not the kind of people to do this stuff. Okay, they're just not those kinds of people. They don't work like that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about the brace situation from someone else in the business years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing is they don't have letters for their stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, well, think about it. For a while, SB Tactical had a new product every other month. There was a new product coming out. You know, it takes 6 to 8, sometimes 6 to 8 months to get a letter.
People don't know that.
How do you pop stuff out like a rabbit having babies, and without it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
People I don't think are aware that it takes so long to get.
So
something.
and someone here makes a good point. Appalachian Gunrunner, he says, but does ATF have the ability to regulate accessories to begin with? The answer is no. They do not.
No.
But here's the thing that will happen. If you have one of these guns and you know it's got the it's got a SB brace or any brace on it, and you get in trouble and you get arrested,
You're on your own.
and they decide to prosecute you, when you get to court, they may have someone come in as a witness from the ATF and say, is this a legal pistol or is this an unregistered SBR? And ATF will say this is an unregistered SBR, and you will be facing the charges thereto forthwith, ipso facto. Which I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know how that's said. And if you read through this information there, ATF is saying that happened. Many times we got called in, we said this is in fact an SBR, and then after that we notified SB Tactical that this was happening, and they ignored that. So Franklin Armory says they, quote unquote, are watching you, Hank. I know, there's a lot of people in the industry that watch us. Actually, I know that.
Be surprised. I
hear about it all the time. Actually, this is why some people don't.
Like,
This is why some people don't deal with me, and at the same time, why some people do deal with me. You know, and you guys have to take that as, you know, however you want to. And believe it or not, we're like the only people doing this kind of thing, telling you guys like this is raw truth. Believe it, not believe it. I tell you when I mess up or when I do wrong things.
As stupid as I am.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I do have a sense for telling when monkey business is going on. You know.
Yeah.
Walther is good about calling monkey business, and most of the time, so if anybody's new to watching this channel, if Walter ever goes, this is the way it is, it's pretty much the way it is. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
He's pretty right most of the time.
Well, Walter, I mean, listen, you know, he looks like a total knucklehead, as we all do.
You know, a lot of times it's funny. I'll be in a group of people and people are talking, and like even you guys, you'll be talking and I'll be doing something else. You don't think I'm listening, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I can't hear nothing anyways because my ears ring and all that stuff, right? But I am.
So listen, a lot of people, two things people are asking. They're asking about the tail hook, and then Bricks, is saying, so basically we're back to square one with the braces, even though they dropped the subject letter to SBR or whatever.
It's not over. not over.
Yeah. Wait until
If you
after
think it's
January
over?
20th. You'll find out.
Oh god.
Yep.
So
The ATF is just
Game
buying
on, game on, folks. And,
The
if, and if,
yeah.
if the Dems take over Georgia, you ain't seen nothing yet.
yeah.
If there's something you really want to own now, and I'm not trying to get people riled up, but if there's a gun that's black, maybe scary looking, you want to have, it'd be a real good time to get your paws on it now, because let me tell you what's going to happen if they start talking assault weapons and magazines. Oh dear, that $10 magazine is going to be $30.
Yeah. And here's the problem that you guys, I think you should all realize. I want to talk about this. So here's the thing. I'm going to refuse to comply with all that nonsense, and I'm going to fight back, and I'm going to do as much as I can here to do that. But realize something. The companies out there, they have to follow the law. If they don't, they're the ones who get raided and who get their dog shot first. So when these companies start, like a lot of companies aren't going to do anything about these braces until they start getting letters. And the ones who have gotten the letters that haven't come forward have done stuff. You can't find those things on their sites. Okay? So ultimately, that's how that's going to happen. This is why what Walter is saying, I think, is very true, that all of a sudden the game is going to change when that happens. Because if they change laws, the companies, they're manufacturers. There's all kinds of licenses and things going on here. And if they don't comply, they're in trouble. We're the ones that it's easier for us to comply, and then we have to figure out what are the good companies. And this is why I think it's really important for companies to be straight up and honest. If you did wrong, tell us you did wrong, and we could work with you and forgive you, but keep an eye on you and check your cell phone and make sure, that you're doing the right thing. Because you lied to us, but we can move forward. We can save the relationship. Just think about that. We can save it. We can move forward. We could get together. We could fight this stuff. That's really important. People are asking about the tail hook. I'm going to let Walter take that one. What do you think?
As far as I know, he has letters for his stuff.
And his stuff works
now
really
I don't
well.
make a brace. I don't put the two together.
And when I say his stuff works really well, I mean, if you actually use it as it's intended around your arm, that shit works really well.
Right. You don't have to wrap Velcro around your arms. You
No,
don't have to rubber.
It's really good.
Right. When they go after braces, they'll go after all of them. It's not going to. It doesn't matter whether you have a letter or not.
Yeah.
Nope.
They'll go after all.
That's the other thing is, when have letters ever mattered in the end?
No.
Well,
never.
letters mattered when you had a tech branch and people in charge that weren't politically driven as they are now.
Yeah, and there was a balance or a conservative leaning White House, Congress, etc. Right?
You have to have checks and balances. That's the way that our government is supposed to be set up.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go all California is a perfect example. It's all left. There's no check. There's no balance. There's no nothing.
Yeah. The
poor Republicans there, they get take it in the backside and they have to smile. And then but once the Democrats get that power, they change the rules. So
you know how to play the game better.
Well, look at this. I mean, it's like with the thing with the Congresswoman. What's her name?
What?
The Congresswoman, I think, who is it? Lauren Boebert, right?
What's the story there?
Well, she said that she got elected. She said she's going to carry a gun. I could throw up some stuff here about it. She said she's going to carry a gun in Congress.
Kick her out or something?
They try to change the rules. Those rules have been in effect for a long time where you could defend yourself, even though there's a Capitol Police and everything. Democrats are like, oh, no, you don't need to defend yourself. That's dangerous. And so they try to change the rules, and then people push back and said, nope, we are not going to allow you to change the rules.
And I'll mark my words, other Democrats push back.
Mm-hmm.
That carry guns. That don't want you to carry a gun, but they're supposed to carry a gun because they're scared of you.
Yeah.
That's
crazy, so Brick says letters matter when you're facing 10 years and no more ownership and you're alone standing in front of a judge. That's the problem.
Know that they give a shit about a letter. Well,
you get in front of a wrong judge.
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck about no letter.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about a letter, and
it's feelings.
The ATF
it's about
clearly,
his feelings. It's
clearly the ATF can flip-flop whenever they damn well please. They don't care about letters.
This is what we're going to see about 90%ers. This is what we're going to see about the solvent traps, which Lola says that people were asking about the solvent traps. By the way, while we were gone on this break, ATF has been out there visiting people who bought those solvent traps from the Wish. Yes. So if you did that, my suggestion to you, and I'm not a lawyer, you might want to get rid of that.
I just saw today on Facebook when I'm floating around, there's a frickin' solvent trap, dude. There's a guy selling, a white guy, not a Chinese guy, selling this stuff, advertising it. And I'm thinking that's got to be a federal guy. It's got to be
because it's not illegal.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy, and I don't want to be the first one to have to take it to court, but it's not illegal. There's nothing illegal about it.
It's not illegal. You're right. You are accurate with that, Patrick. But yes, there are people still selling it. By the way, Wish is still selling it, but Wish also gave up everyone's info to the ATF. And a further thing that I saw is someone, and I don't know if it's the guy that Walter's talking about or Wish or someone in China, is using Guns and Gear's a video from Guns and Gear to sell this thing. They actually have an advertising that I saw running on my videos, I think even Guns and Gear's videos, and they cropped him out. They cropped out his the thing that says Guns and Gear.
No, that's hilarious.
He can't do anything about it. I spoke to him about it. He was like, dude, I know it sucks. I can't do anything.
The Chinese will steal anything.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick, let that be a message to you there. When you get to be a baller, next thing you know, you might be in a condom ad or something.
That's right. There's a hilarious, and if anybody wants to find it, I'll link it. But there's this really hilarious image from somewhere in India of the guy from oh God, what's the name of it? Jensen Ackles is the guy's name, the actor's name.
Yeah, he's from the thing Supernatural.
Supernatural. Yeah. There's an image where it's a side by side of his headshot, and they photoshopped his hair completely off and made him bald, and then used his regular photo and they put it. It's like an ad for a hair restoration clinic or something.
If I see that, I'm telling you, I'm finding somebody. Somebody's getting pimp slapped.
I'm constantly getting emails from the Indians wanting to do my website, and build me an app, so they got to do something when they're bored,
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. I don't like the fact that that's being done to Guns and Gear, but I know there's not a lot that could be done about it. And I don't like the fact that the ATF is going around visiting people. They have no business doing that. This is why I don't think they should exist. I mean, why are you going around visiting people because they bought solvent traps? What are you talking about? That's not your directive. No. We had this conversation with Vince, the retired ATF agent, right? That's not what they're supposed to be doing, going after regular law-abiding citizens out there who can legally buy something. They do not have a problem until they illegally create a suppressor.
He's old guard. They don't follow his way of thinking any longer.
Right, exactly. It's all politically driven.
It is. It's all politics.
You bring people into that agency that feel that they have a mission.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
It's very much like environmentalists and animal rights people.
I think you're right.
They're on a mission. They're saving the planet. It's a religion to these people, what it is.
Your purpose in life is to give away FFLs to people to qualify, or to sign paperwork so I can get my fucking SBR back. That's your purpose in life. Your purpose in life is not to chastise us because I go and buy a freaking solvent trap off of Wish.com. Which is a shitty solvent trap, by the way. It doesn't collect shit. It leaks out the bottom real fucking fast.
Walter's not saying anything on this. Walter, you know this.
But seriously, they're so far out of what they should be doing. Yeah. So far.
Yeah, this is why they shouldn't exist. This is why ultimately, the moral of this whole thing, of a lot of this conversation that we're having, I do really think that, we got bigger fish to fry. I just think that, people do wrong. We just need to say it, move on. If they're man enough, they'll fess up to their wrongs, and then we'll all move on and everything will be good. But yeah, the ATF is way out of control. You know, they're going after solvent traps. They want to go after 80%ers. They're already doing it. They've already done that. They've gone after people because you went to a store, bought an 80%, and at the same time, in that package came everything else you needed. So what?
Exactly. How stupid is that? But if I buy the 80% and then all the crap from Brownells, and it gets delivered in the same box but not in the same packaging, totally good. Everything's cool, guys.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know the legal interpretation, but wouldn't a suppressor be an accessory?
It's supposed to be. A suppressor is not a firearm. It has no.
It is not. It has no way to fire. It has no.
It's not a firearm. So anybody that tells
isn't that an accessory?
It is, and it should be treated as such.
So
let's
have this conversation because people are bringing it up, and you brought it up earlier, Patrick. Truth Era Music, who I don't know, Truth Era Music says the Great Reset is coming.
I'm telling
you
better
think?
look it up. It's crazy. Every politician out there started spouting this garbage within like 1 week of each other.
They could spout whatever they want to.
The Third Reich was supposed to be the Great Reset too, wasn't it?
Yeah, look what happened there.
Yeah, look what happened there. Well.
It's amazing that throughout the entire history of humanity, it seems that there are two factions. There are people who just want liberty, they just want to be left the fuck alone, and then there are people that want to tell everybody else what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And not follow their own rules.
Not follow their own rules. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, decide where you're at. I could tell you, I'm not. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I just want to be left alone.
I'm gonna tell everybody what to do, and that is to leave me the fuck alone.
There's gonna be, I think, I'm not gonna tell you guys that everyone in America is gonna fight to be free. But this is the whole conversation. The conversation that we're having in America now about slavery, where people are like, oh, this has to do with slavery. We're going to tear this down. We're going to tear that down. I'll tell you why we're having that. It's a great illusion to make you believe that slavery ended. Every single human being on this planet, regardless of race, gender, religion, or whatever, you are susceptible to being enslaved. Okay, like Bob Marley said, only you can free yourself from mental slavery. Okay, that is the worst kind of slavery that a lot of us are in. And you have to decide, whether or not you're willing to fight to be free. And if you're willing to fight, you have to be willing to die for that. And it's not going to be fun. And a lot of people will die fighting to be free. But it doesn't matter. This whole conversation we had about slavery and we're tearing stuff down, I get it. I understand it. I'm descendant of slaves. Okay, for what people are trying to distract you with. The reality is we are all potentially slaves of all these people that want this great massive reset, and they don't care about anyone's color. They don't care about your gender. They're enslaving white dudes with blonde hair and blue eyes. They don't give a crap.
It's all ultimate power for some people.
Yeah.
It's this whole idea of just being the ultimate power and telling everybody how to live their life, and I don't understand it. Because it's completely against my nature. I don't understand the idea of wanting to tell everybody what to do, but it is absolutely a thing. Yeah,
Matt Morrison says, what about the bill in New York that would give cops the right to put sick people in internment camps? Check it out. It proposed, not passed at the moment. I would never go for that. That's up to New York. You're handling that. You're having that. You're even allowing that conversation.
Your governor killed thousands of old people. Who cares? Right?
Yeah.
Who cares,
his family don't have to follow the rules. Look at California, same nonsense. They make the rules, they don't have to follow it. Other people are going out of business. They don't give a crap. California has the most draconian rules, yet they have the highest rate of COVID because it's bullshit. You can't stop people from getting it. The thing is already mutated. Whatever.
You have to look at all the demographics and all the stuff about COVID, and you'll understand why certain areas have higher infection rates and death rates than other areas have higher infection rates.
Can I go a little off topic, but still kind of on topic with something real quick? Mm-hmm. For anybody out there that is somewhat a gamer, if you are at all interested in playing PC games, or if you've done any PC gaming or whatever, anybody that has the funds at the moment and it's only like $5, go pick up a copy of a game that came out in the 90s called Deus Ex. You can get their Game of the Year edition, whatever. Yeah, I have the Game of the Year edition. from like 96, 97. The storyline in that game matches our current timeline so perfectly, it is unfucking believable. That's all I'm gonna say. Go play it. If
What's it
anybody
called
out there
again?
hasn't. Deus Ex, Deusex.
Oh, like Deus,
you know,
like Deus Ex Machina.
like Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, it's
Okay.
called Deus Ex.
That's
the original one from the 90s.
Babyface. That means God outside the machine. Boom.
Yes.
Old dude, an old dude knowing something.
Like, it's or even if you're not gonna play it, go watch like highlights of like Deus Ex red pilling people or something like that. It's ridiculous how like truthful their game was and how accurate it is to today's society. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good game, by the way, too. Very good.
Truth Era Music that started this conversation said, "I'm middle class and I cannot afford to pay a tax stamp if that was to actually be mandated."
But don't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Don't.
I don't know where you live and
Don't.
all that kind of stuff, but you need to start taking part in what's happening. And what I would say is you need to pay attention. You know, do the stuff like voting and paying attention to who's running things. I would say support your local sheriffs. Those are the guys who, you know, I know there's people who don't like it, law enforcement, but your local sheriffs have a lot of power.
Much more powerful than you think.
Yes, get involved in 2A sanctuaries. You can actually go to 2asanctuary.com or something, or .org or whatever. If you look it up, you'll find it, and figure out how to make your county that you live in into a 2A sanctuary. Take ownership over where you live specifically, because I think this is one of the ways that people could fight back. In order to stop us from declaring 2A sanctuaries in counties, they have to stop that nonsense with immigration sanctuaries. Or I know Democrats are going to try to do both, but if that actually goes that way, then we all have to fight. That's when it's true that Justice Roberts and all that's been compromised and the Supreme Court is totally useless. That's the day when I would go, that's it.
Let me add something here. You know, everybody gets all riled up. There's going to be a civil war and all stuff. I don't worry about it too much in Florida, to be quite honest with you, because it's a little different here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have quite the people in charge here that we have in charge now. There are areas in this state where there's some serious leftists. In Tampa, with the lesbian police chief and all that stuff. Bless her heart. But that might get us turned off. Yeah. But for the most part, the people out in the country, like where you live, Hank, or where my dad lives, they're peace. You know, people are people. They're normal people. You know, they're common sense thinking people. So you're not going to have that. But if you live in a place where you're, you know, like a big city, it could get a little gnarly.
I've never understood the whole big city living thing. That's just why would you ever want to live like that?
It's actually now with one thing about the COVID, and I'm not affected by it, but you know, people can work from at home like you do, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to live. They don't have to live in that metroplex to go into work for that big company. They can live out in Mississippi in a little bitty town.
There's a lot more of that happening now too.
Right. So there's that could be a good or bad, because you know, people get away from other people and they get a little weird sometimes. You know, they get a little.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, I can live in the middle of the woods like my dad does. It doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. I don't need to have neighbors. It doesn't. I'm not dependent. I don't look for help from my neighbors when I have a problem. I look for myself.
I really do.
But all I see is my neighbors. If I don't know them, they're going to try to steal my stuff eventually.
Yeah.
But and then they'll be dead. But anyways. But anyways, you know,
you don't try to roll up on the dude that has a tank sitting out in front of his house. That's just stupid. Yeah. You are a dodo bird if you try to roll up on the dude that has a tank. The dude with a tank in front of his house, even if it's made of styrofoam, you leave that house alone.
Yeah.
Well, you know, come on. So I got a flamethrower too, by the way.
I gotta build mine. I still have it.
By the way, let me just say this real quick. Truth Era Music, who I don't know. I mean, I think this is the first time I've seen him commenting. He says, good info, North Carolina in the house. Great. Please fight back for North Carolina, because we're actually losing North Carolina. You know.
That coast is taking over, and the people in the western mountains do not vote like the coastal liberals do.
Well, and he said, by the way, Deus was great.
Deus Ex is, telling you, it's so good, and it's so truthful to what's happening with our world.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jeff Stevens is surprised that I know some Latin. I was actually partially educated outside of America.
Yeah. His schooling was probably better than ours.
So I know I'm a total knucklehead, like Walter was saying. I know I look like a complete goofball, but I know something. So.
Bios Contillos, motherfucker. There you go.
Anyways, boy. Okay. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's out there. M. Gabriel says, shout out to us for coming back from the break. Smash those thumbs ups. Here, I want to share something with you guys real quick. So, I do genuinely, we were talking about companies before. I do genuinely like the guys at Barnauls. They're always honest, straight up with me and stuff like that. Good folks. And we're all part of the Bureau of Propaganda, BOP. Everybody could be in BOP, by the way. Everybody can be in BOP. I'm going to share. I got a package. I got a gift from the Barnauls guys.
Have you not opened it yet?
No, I did open it. It was some socks.
Yeah.
It was some socks.
Better than their underwear. Their
And
underwear.
it says Happy Holidays to from your BOP family.
Yeah, but they're knee highs, man. They're knee highs.
Yeah, so
They
check it
are
out.
knee-highs.
Socks, BOP socks right here. It has the
Put 'em in your-
Barnauls B right there.
You got to put your significant other in, and then you can take them off her.
Yeah. Okay, listen. So while let me get into the socks here. I'm gonna take these out.
Oh dear. Sock puppets. Sock puppets.
How you doing? Okay, so there's a bunch of candy in there, I think. Okay, here we go. So here is a bunch
you
of
probably got a little car. I got a car and some
bunch of
dinosaurs.
candy in here.
I got tiger.
Yeah, there was a Corvette, very nice. Looks like a specialist racing Corvette. Walter got a Lotus, which I will show here in a second, but I got a Corvette. I got an Army Man. That's cool. Some candy, like I said, looks like some Jolly Ranchers and Mounds. That's suggestive, Mounds.
I got a dark chocolate one.
Who doesn't like some Mounds?
Get dark chocolate too.
And there was a dinosaur. Oh, you got the dark chocolate? And there was a
Chocolate, that's
dinosaur in mine. Okay, what'd you guys get? What did you guys get?
Socks, chocolate. What's the old person candy?
Old person?
You know the bag, like the old person candies. It's just like not a peppermint.
Jujubes?
Cinnamon. It's like a brown cinnamon candy.
Licorice?
Oh, okay.
Just a hard round cinnamon. They're old people have. But they're delicious.
I got your hard round cinnamon right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What else did Walter get?
Yeah, Walter. What about you?
I got the socks. I got a Lotus Osprey.
Nice.
I got some candy, including some Hershey's Dark, which I ate right away, and a little tiger.
I got some dinosaurs.
Meow.
Dinosaurs.
meow,
Yeah.
meow.
You know what I also got in there? There was a little marble. There's a little marble in there.
I did. I got a marble too. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a marble in it or not.
There's a little marble in there. That's cute.
I might have missed that one.
I
And
think
a
Yeah,
letter.
Peggy said yes. Peggy said yes.
Yes. We can hear it.
Okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
did get a little. You did get a little marble.
Hang on.
So you got at least one marble for your marbles that have been missing.
Marble, yes.
Kermit loves
It was
bacon.
awesome.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I thought I lost my
It
marbles.
showed up.
You know.
It showed up at the door, and Marley was like, "What did you order?" I was like, "I don't know," because normally I know when my packages are showing up. I was like, Marley, "I don't know what this is. I don't know where this came from." And I opened it and saw the socks and was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I really like this."
Yeah. Kermit loves bacon wants to know how you joined the BOP. Do you guys know? You want to tell him?
Okay. All
Go
you
ahead,
gotta do is make some. Oh, look at that!
And an army man.
Look at that! Look at my
And
signature.
an army man.
Oh, took a picture.
That's my.
Yeah. hold
Okay,
on.
what Bureau of Propaganda? You know, everybody knows propaganda. That's, promoting something. Maybe truthfully or not truthfully, but promoting something. So you make a cool video, a neat video, maybe using some Brownell product, or just maybe not, but just a cool video, I guess. We use stuff with Brownells, like spray paint and stuff like that, to paint guns and stuff. And,
Yeah.
Make a video and post it and put, give them hashtag them and all that good stuff, and then see what happens.
So
They're an easygoing group.
yeah,
too.
you don't have to even buy Brownell stuff or anything like that. Make cool gun videos, pro Second Amendment stuff, tag Brownells in it, put hashtag BOP or Bureau of Propaganda if you can figure out how to spell that. Which I never. I always mess it up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys.
Bureau, and then I have to just look for the rest.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spell the rest.
Bureau always throws me. Bureau's a hard one for me to spell.
Yeah, I just put BOP. But if you do that and put some cool stuff up there, eventually it's not as easy as that. But they don't care like how big. They're not doing it because because I'm me and I'm awesome. They do it for a lot of people.
When I got jumped into the gang, I only had a couple thousand subs. I wasn't like big time.
yeah, you weren't multi-million
I wasn't any
views.
big deal.
Your video's probably 3 million views right now while this is.
Could be. You want to go? Somebody go look for it.
Oh no! Let's see here. Where is it? Did I close that out? I don't know.
The comments. So do you have something that just continuously draws comments for you?
Yeah, I think I put out a video over the break before New Year's talking about the top 10 videos. And the top 10 videos from 2014, it's a how it's made video. And in the year 2020, it had over 600,000 views.
This video, every time I get on YouTube, right now, I have 7 comments in my notification bar. Mm-hmm. I have to normally I go immediately to it, read the comments and comment. Mm-hmm. 98% tend to be about this one particular video, and they're all about me shooting Hank's poor dog. Every fucking one of them is about, listen to the dog, he goes quiet after a certain point. Like,
what?
90%
So that's why that video blew up?
Sailor.
Really?
Yeah, so I actually pinned a comment to it saying, like, here's the story of who Sailor was, and people liked it. But no, most of the comments are, why is he shooting in a park? Mm-hmm. Who can shoot next to cars? Why are there cars driving by? And why does he shoot the dog? Those are like 90% of the
Sailor is no longer with us. He passed last year, but he never got shot.
No, I never shot him.
He was. If you hear him barking in the older videos, it's all you. Probably people have noticed they don't hear him barking anymore. I try not to talk about it because it's very sad for me. But nothing happened to him because of guns or anything like that. Yeah, he's just not with us. But he loved shooting. He loved guns, and he was always mad if you didn't let him.
Yes.
That's why he was complaining, and that's why he would be barking because we wouldn't let him shoot with us.
The damn dog would run up on the backstop.
Yes. And run up on top of it.
He has zero fear of guns. He had zero fear of guns.
If nobody saw my post over the weekend on Instagram, I put out a video of Buck, who looks like he's quietly.
Yeah, I think he's sleeping back there.
I'm shooting a Benelli and the Krink, which are both of them are crazy loud. I can't make him go away. I'll tell him to get out. Mm-hmm. He comes right back and then tries to go find whatever I'm killing to go bring it back to me.
Yeah.
He thinks we're hunting something.
Some dogs don't like the sound of gunshots, and on my place, there's plenty of room that they could go away and Sailor could have done that and gone somewhere where it didn't bother him. But he was mad because we wouldn't let him come in and shoot with us. Yeah. But we wouldn't let him do it because he kept getting, he was a gun dog, right? And he was bred to go out hunting and stuff like that, and he just wanted to get out there and go get whatever we were shooting. And he probably spent a lot of his life going, "What the hell is wrong with these idiots? They're not actually getting any game." Job. Yeah, so
I can't catch that dirt.
But he would go up on the berm, and then Buckshot, who was usually good, would also go up on there, and then it just gets crazy.
Sailor taught Buck some bad habits, like eating bottles.
Yeah,
Buckshot loves his chewing on bottles now because of Sailor. It gets so bad with him that I can't have him outside if I'm even doing archery, because I'll hit the target, he'll run up and grab the arrow and try to pull the entire archery target back to me. Mm-hmm. So I have to sometimes put him away because he wants to hunt so bad.
Yeah.
But,
so
he's got the
kill. Yes. No, he's got the.
Yeah. R.I.P. Sailor. It's a a whole tough situation. Very tough thing for us all to go through. Babyface saw some of that, so unfortunately, but he was there. As terrible as he is, he was there. Even though he doesn't share his YouTube millions with us.
Man, he's to be forever known in YouTube channels. Seriously, if you go to that video, the pinned comment talks about Sailor. It's a eulogy to Sailor.
Babyface is so mad that he's not getting those millions.
I'm not mad. I love that dog. I'm just
No. I'm talking about. I'm saying you're mad you're not getting your millions from that video.
Oh man, I so much money.
Or even thousands. He doesn't care about millions. He's like, I want I want my thousands from this video. Did you see, speaking of like dead or alive, Tanya Roberts, did you guys hear about this?
Oh, she died?
Well, they were saying that she died, but TMZ is saying she didn't die. She was apparently sick. So Tanya Roberts, that was in she was in James Bond, I think, with Roger Moore. Was it? She was
also one of the girls on what is that? Where the three girls were in the saving the they were special agents.
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has not aged well. She's gotten surgery and it does not look good.
Yeah, but so I think
crazy.
I think she got sick, and then it came out that she died. But then TMZ, because I saw that in the news that Tanya Roberts passed, and it's still in the news if you look. But then I see TMZ saying, no, she no dead.
I'm still alive, guys.
The rumors of my death are not true. So yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, listen, you know what? She's about 65 years old, and here's the one thing I tell people about plastic surgery. It may make you look good when you're young. When you get old, you overdo that plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy, but tattoos are the same thing. They may look cool now.
Yeah.
Girls, don't put that collagen in your lips.
Oh,
come on. Just don't do it. Come on. It's not natural. You don't need lips like a freaking platypus or a duck,
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, let me put it this way. You know what I don't understand? Everyone is beautiful. If you got big lips, awesome. I've been blessed. I have been blessed with God's lips. Lola, no lips. I've noticed that. She's always jealous of she's always jealous. Some of us have big noses. Some of us little tiny little button noses. We are all different. Some of us got big booties. Some have no booties. That's one thing. I got no booty. And that's a good thing for a dude. Dudes shouldn't really, but
Jerry Parker says she was neutered in a movie called Beastmaster.
I'm not looking that up right now.
I remember Beastmaster. I love that movie. Beastmaster.
I'm not looking that up.
That was actually that's one of those I think that's an 80s movie, or is it a late 70s movie, Beastmaster?
Probably 70s, because she was on Charlie's Angels in the 80s. So
Beastmaster.
Really?
Movies.
Okay, she was in Charlie's Angels before it went off TV. Then, right? Like right before.
Yeah.
Well, she looked good back then. Ooh.
Yeah. Listen, can I tell you something? I think the most beautiful women are the ones that don't get all the plastic surgery, and when they get old, you could still tell this is a beautiful woman.
Yes,
absolutely. And in her prime, and she still looks good.
With slight bits of augmentation, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or fixing little things, But when you go full on Phyllis Diller, no.
Yeah. But there's too much fakeness out there. I think Kendrick Lamar said that, show me some booty with some stretch marks. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
You know right away when you see the girl had a Photoshop booty when you meet her in person. Ain't got no booty, It's like,
No. That's the ATF should be retasked.
to going after Instagram
to deal with all illegal booties.
Yeah.
Michael Malone says a lot of people commenting on that video state they are not gun people and were surprised they got recommended that video. In other words, Babyface, great job of breaking the algorithm. I agree with him.
I don't know how.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Other people have asked. Who was it it was? I think American Gun Chick one time when I was talking to Joe. She had some videos that just went not that big, but they were trying to figure out what caused it. There wasn't anything different she was doing from anything else.
If you can figure that out and mathematically have it answered, you can be more wealthy than any other YouTuber out there if you're selling that data.
But they'll just throttle you back. They're not going to.
Well, if you're a gun guy or if you're a conservative or something like that, I think other people don't run into those.
If you're an hour.
Yeah, other people don't run into those issues, and it's too bad. I feel like this. I feel YouTube had a switch flipped against our favor for a long time, and maybe after the elections they flipped it back up for some reason.
But why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why would they all of a sudden become more friendly. I mean, if
Maybe because they're about to drop the hammer on us. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone's asking you to thread their Savage 110 308 barrel, Walter.
No, that's Mr. Lovell.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pass because it's not as easy as it seems sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
If you're local, I could do it for you. You can't ship it to me because I'm not an FFL.
Yeah, so you're gonna have
if
to
you're
get
in
in touch
the
with
area,
Babyface P.
I could take it off the face.
I just have a lot of things going on in the shop right now. So
yeah, we need Walter to make stocks and all the other stuff that are supposed to get made. Walter makes actual stocks.
It's
They are stocks.
Everything that I make or we make the tailhook brace goes on. We have a stock version for that.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of other companies who make braces, they don't have a stock.
And one thing I would say, Walter, like if someone is looking at this and what we were talking about earlier, and they're like, "Hey, you are a manufacturer." Walter got into something with the ATF over those SHTF 50s. He didn't lie to you guys. He lost a lot of money fighting that fight, paying for lawyers, and he did not produce those guns and sell them during that time.
No, I didn't. No.
Yes. And then afterwards, when he realized he would have to spend a lot of money fighting the ATF and all of that, now those guns, the uppers have to be serialized and all that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's integrity. He could have just kept doing that or doing whatever and like, hey, I'm going to cash in or whatever, but,
Let me say this before we leave. There are still people that are making uppers that aren't serialized.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact. So,
yeah.
I guess the law doesn't apply to everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I guess ATF regulatory edicts don't apply to everyone. So
it's all whether or not you get busted. So if someone works hard like John Crump out there and finds out about you, maybe we'll see.
Well, or if your upper ends up in a bank robbery in Brazil,
Yeah. True.
But
true.
There's no. Are you serious?
Yeah. That happens.
Who the hell would rob a bank with that thing doesn't? That's a heavy ass.
They were trying to open up an armored truck. Yeah, go ahead.
Armored car.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I would not want to use that.
They did not try it.
They opened it. Yeah.
Were they successful? That's pretty. Never mind. Okay.
That's what they're for. That's why you got to get copy your SHTF 50.
Let's also remember, gentlemen. There's Century Arms guns down there. There's Bushmasters. There's Barretts. There's every other thing in the world down there. Smith & Wesson.
They kill each other over drugs, over anything.
They'll kill you for a Coke.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So anyway, that's said. Okay, so we're at 9, and we're gonna probably get out of here. I'm gonna let these guys wrap up. Tell you how you can follow them. I hope you do follow Babyface P. He's got a lot of better videos than he's got a lot of.
You know why I'm laughing?
What?
I'm not laughing at you, Hank. I'm laughing at one of the comments.
What?
I didn't see
Which one?
Kathleen Music Lover asked me how often does Walter polish his barrel.
He prefers to have someone else polish it for him.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And then Mr. Lovell wants to intern with you, which I think you've heard that question already.
I am employee heavy right now. I have plenty of employees right now. So actually.
I don't know where you're at, Mr. Lovell. Maybe you can link up with BFP there, and that he helps you get it done. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's Babyface, tell the folks out there how they can support you, follow you, all that kind of stuff. Help your video get to 3 million.
YouTube.com/BabyfaceP. Funny story. It turns out there are a lot of people in India that really fucking love guns. Who knew?
Oh yeah.
The second country in my analytics is India.
And there are a lot of people in India.
Yeah. So and once again, Babyface P, you're welcome.
Yeah, crazy.
All they have to do is start sharing it amongst their friends, and next thing you know.
Yeah.
But that is you know what? I'll tell you this about the India factor. Not only people, I mean, obviously people love guns all around the world, and I think they really do want to get information.
They like them
from
in
us.
India, though.
Yeah, and probably that switch that was flipped over at YouTube was the switch keeping us from our videos from getting out to those folks. But also people like this podcast, people like to listen to it or even watch around the world because it helps them learn how to speak English and things like that, right? They can practice, they can listen to us talking and having a conversation. So I think there's multiple benefits to that.
Yeah.
Well, if I can help somebody learn the King's English that may the force be
You're
with
not
you.
speaking the King's English.
If I could teach somebody how to build a garage firearm, I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I don't care. People deserve freedom anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Walter, go ahead, Walt. And then tell the folks how they can
can
support you out there.
Oh, well, yeah, you can check us out on safetyhourfirearms.com, on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, Safety Hour Firearms. There's Dirtfoot Racing for the mini bike stuff. Check out my video. I bought 2 diesel engines from the government surplus, and they both run like clocks. Perfect.
Nice.
So, yes, crank start, hats, diesels. Yeah, they're cool. Going to go on a mini bike. But anyways, you can check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And then there's... like I said, safetyhourfirearms.com, and there's stenparts.com too. So
yes, absolutely. Please go support these guys. My thing before I run in the end here, I would invite everyone to go check out Tusk. As I said, they're sponsoring us, but also this is going to be something that we are really going to need going forward. So we're going to talk more about it, but go check them out. They're basically firearms crypto payment system, so that we will be able to buy, sell things to each other. If you've got a company out there and you want to sell stuff, you could use it. Anyone can use it. There's a link in the description. Go check that out. I'm going to run in the end right now, and we'll be back here for the last word in a second. Make sure you guys smash those thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. We're going to rip out this audio as we were talking about here, throw it up on iTunes and all the other places you get your audio podcast from. Thanks so much. It's great to see everyone. Glad you all made it into 2021. We're going to kick some serious ass this year and keep fighting back. Who wants the last word?
check out my Hats Diesel video.
That's good enough. That is good enough. We're out of here, guys. Peace. See ya.